guys, and welcome back to Raising the Lees. I'm Shanice, and if you aren't a current subscriber, please be sure to subscribe right now at this moment while you're watching. It is 100% free and you get some good laughs out of it. I'm going to be sharing with you today all of the things I use to, teach my kids at home before they are actually old enough to go to school. If you have been a part of my channel for a long time, then you know years back when Landon was 1 and 2 years old, I posted little clips of her doing things like on the app that I loved using for her, or doing flashcards or things like that, or just talking in general.
Come here.
Both my kids were very early talkers, and they were very good talkers. Jody more so than Landon. When Landon was younger, she knew hundreds of words before she turned 2, but she did not conversate very well. Jody, on the other hand, knows hundreds of words, and he is a really good commentator. But I shared a video of him saying all of his colors. If you don't know, Joe he'll be 2 years old in August, and for a while now he's actually known his colors, as well as, like I said, hundreds of words. And he also knows a couple shapes. He knows how to count to 5, and what else? He knows the beginning and the ending of the alphabet, but the middle is a little shaky. He knows A, B, C, D, W, X, Y, Z. There's not much in between there for him yet, but like I said, he's not even 2 yet. So we have a long road ahead of us, and I'm nowhere near done. But I wanted to go ahead and show you things that I love for them. So if you want to start encouraging your child to talk, or if you are researching things to do with your kids before they're old enough to really start doing them, so you have a game plan, which is what I did. Now, a couple books I am missing because they're kids. They like, especially Jody, he loves going by himself and reading and pointing out and talking to himself. He's square, but now he can read. So he likes to take books to his own little corners, and sometimes they don't come back from those corners until he decides he wants to go read it again and he finds it. So I don't have a couple of them, but I will link them down below. And if I don't have links down below, comment that there's no link so I can put them there. But the books that I do have are, some of like some simple basics that you might want to go out and get for your kids. Which is this Sassy's book. And it's Sassy's first words, and it has basic animals and, like the animals, to learn all the animals, which he does. He knows everything in this book. Every animal, every item, like every food, all of that. So I would go through and we would open up a page. I liked him to open up the pages, and he'll jump right in and point out apple, corn, carrot, strawberry, ball, whatever. And then the things he does not know are the things I start to encourage. So if I notice him on a certain page and he's pointing out everything, and there's a couple things he's not pointing out, I know that's because he don't know them. So then I'll start pointing out those items, and I will start to reiterate those specific things because I know he doesn't know them. But say he didn't know raccoon, and he pointed out the deer, the squirrel, the cat, the dog, but never touched the raccoon, I would start to bring notice to the raccoon, and I would tell him that was the raccoon. I would spell it. I would say things about the color of the raccoon, where you would find the raccoon, things like that. It was easier to teach the animals because of the sounds. So he knew a monkey said, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, and he'd dance. Or now he says monkey banana because he knows monkeys eat bananas, which is like the telltale thing in all of like everywhere. Everybody knows monkeys love bananas. So now he'll say like monkey banana, but at first it had to be ooh, ooh, ah, ah, monkey, or moo, cow, or elephant. Like he had to make a sound to say the animal. So that's one of the things I use for that. For colors, I can't take full credit for, which I'll link down below the channel he uses. But Jody has been sucked into the world of YouTube, and he has he's on the YouTube Kids, so he is stuck into like a preschool zone where it's only educational videos that he can watch. and it's a channel he watches that has Paw Patrol, and she does things like,
and hey fizzy
Marshall
kid,
is
what
red,
color
he goes
pup
with the
should have the red
Play-Doh,
Play-Doh?
and Chase is blue, and he goes with the
That's
blue
right,
Play-Doh.
Marshall.
And that is
Hooray!
what started to get him into colors. I just went ahead and started to encourage it and put, you know, put it together without the animals. So I would just show things like blue shirt, yellow wall, blue wall, green grass, things like that, to pull it away from just being about Paw Patrol to it being about everyday life things. It's like that. As well as this little book here, which is colors. This is by Baby Genius. I had this book when I had Landon, which is a book I use for her to learn her colors. And it has things all on one page. So it's a whole red page, and it's different things that are red, like red strawberries, boots, ladybugs. And then I'll start once they get this book down packed, we will start naming things that aren't in the book, that are just this color, like yellow, lemon, shoe, car, but they're also yellow bananas and things like that. And once they get this book down packed, we move on to the next that make things a little bit harder. This book, he only uses this part down up on the back. This book was actually London's book, but he took over, so she never got to fill out anything. But in the inside, it has the alphabet, and like I said, I like to do things, teach him off of things that he already know. So he already know an elephant. He already knows the sound it makes. So I would tell him about those things and tell them that it starts with the letter E. E is for elephant. Elephant makes this noise and things like that. Or B is for banana. Monkeys eat bananas. Whatever. B is for ball, and you know, whatever I think of at the moment. And then for shapes, I use this thing. It's like the cheapest educational thing you could ever buy. I think it's like less than $10. And it comes off, and it comes with little shapes. And these are also good to learn colors. They come with different color shapes and everything, and they have to put them in the hole to, you know, have to match the shape with the hole on here. And as we're doing that, every item that he drops in, I'll say what it is. So every time you pick up a square and drop it in, I would say blue square, or blue circle, or purple X. I call these X's. I don't know exactly if that's what they're supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a plus sign. I don't know, but I call them X's. So purple X and red triangle, and he just repeats me, and the more we do it, the more he, you know, is more familiar with it, and he starts to say it. Then once he gets better at that, I stop even making him match it up, and I'll just ask him like, what's this, what's that, or what's that. And same thing I did with London. Now I wanted to share with you some things that you could go out and get right now. Things like these books that I use are really, really old. Like I said, I had these when I had London. Like, these are books London used when she was learning. So you can definitely find them at places like Toys R Us, or like little bookstores. Like another good place like Goodwill, you can find some really, really good things at Goodwill. So you can go to Barnes and Nobles, but I'm not going to spend that kind of money on a book that they're going to color in or rip or whatever. So, but I want to show you some things that you can get right now. I know is the Target dollar spot, and right now they have a huge selection of educational things that I'm going to share with you guys that I know that you can get now that are similar to the things I've used before. And like I said, these little books, they have first words, shapes, animals, and they all have a little handle that their child could use and hold on to the books. And they are filled with different things, a lot more things than are in the bigger books, might I add. And it's different things like toys and things that drive or whatever, and outside, inside, things like that, just to encourage your child's vocabulary. And like I said, the easiest way for a younger child is just to keep pointing out things, and as you're pointing them out, naming them, and you do this a few times a day and throughout the weeks, and doing one thing at a time, it'll be easier for them to absorb that. And they'll start to put 2 and 2 together with your words and the picture, and they'll start saying it too. And like I said, this one is just first words. It's only $1, and it's just more than what's in those little books, like appliances and all of that. Now, if you have an older child, like Landon, who is more into trying to do hands-on and things like that, who, you know, you have to do a little more work with, these books, I believe, are $3. Yeah, $3. And it comes with a marker, and these are all wipeable. So she can write in this, wipe it off, and then do it again. And she draws things like ladybugs just to get her penmanship, you know, advance her penmanship. She is going to kindergarten, so she'll need to learn how to write a little neater and things like that. I got a couple of those, as well as these little books here. And these are for preschool, I believe, or like pre-K, kindergarten. And there's things like begins with, and let me show you, if I can show you, A, and then it says astronaut, and then you have to trace the A's. And then move on, and there's B and different things. Boat, bicycle, baby, trace the B's, and all of that. And it goes on and on of different activities she can use to correlate items with the letters. And those are a few that I picked up like right at this moment. So I know for sure right now you can get those. Now moving on to things a little more 21st century, where I know a lot of people try to steer away from technology with their children nowadays. I am not afraid of technology, and I don't have any fear that, you know, YouTube is raising my kids. I'm very hands-on with them. I do like to get the iPad involved when they're learning, because it's something different. It's loud, it's music, it's colorful, it's moving, so they'll stay engaged with it longer. So I want to share with you a few apps that I use for them, and they have a little folder on my phone, as well as they have a huge array on their iPads. But the ones I have on my phone is a preschool app for London, and it does pretty much everything she already knows, but it just keeps her fresh. Or it's like some things that change up and go through like literature and picture books, all of these different categories, arts and practical life and things like that. As well as one that was huge for me with both kids, but he doesn't really like it, was the endless words, which helps her learn how to spell different words. She uses that a lot now. But the songs, the letters dance and wiggle, and she would match the letters with the letters on the word and spell it out, and then after you spell the word and complete the word, then it'll say you're right, and it tell you the word multiple times, and it'll give you a definition of that word, which I love. And they have multiple different things like that. She has, only ones I use for her is the endless word, which is spelling the words, and then the endless sentences, which is putting words into a sentence and making a full sentence. As well as ABC Mouse. I pay for ABC Mouse, I think it might be like $11 a month or something like that. And Landon really loves it. Jody, I don't put on there as much just because I'm scared he's going to break my computer. He's very rough. So I do let Landon do it. She loves it. She is more into like the games, but she'll go through her classroom, and it keeps her engaged for quite a while. And that is just a few of the things I use. Some of the things that I feel are really key to helping them expand their horizons. Sorry, it just got dark, but it's gloomy outside, so it's the daylight is gone. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you've enjoyed this video, find it helpful, and all of that. Like I said, I'll link down below all of the YouTube channels that my kids like, that are very educational or helpful, as well as all of the apps that I've used for them. And the products I use, like I said, I don't think I'll be able to like find these products, but they are in the dollar section of Target. So right now, with it being back to school, they're gonna have tons and tons and tons of little things like this. So catch it while you can, and don't forget to subscribe. Again, boom, right here on my face is a subscribe button. Click it away. You do the same down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.